Alright, we'll see what happens here. For those who watch this after, Predminator, who wanted me to do a live commentary on the Terminator. Now, I can't do a lot of live commentaries for a paid request because I only have so much stuff for not only how much I have per month, but also for StreamYard. They only do 20 hours a month, and then I only have so many gigabytes per month on the phone. But like stuff like this I can do because I have enough. So thanks once again, Predminator. And let me look at the comments. Benji's channel. Should have bought the DVD with the original mono. I'll get it and watch it soon and watch it while listening to this commentary. Thank you for stopping by, Benji. I have the film on DVD, but it's buried under somewhere, so I'm watching it on my computer. But thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. And if you wonder why my head's going to be turned here, it's because I'm using a phone to do this, and the movie is over here for me to watch it. So, but yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. So I'll wait a little bit until Predminator shows up because this is a paid request for him. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. So, if people can let me know if you can hear me, if things are doing okay. Hey, stranger boy. Hello there. Hope you're doing well. And just waiting for people to come in, and specific Predminator, because this was his request. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate that. Hi, Rico. First time I've seen you on here. Hello there. How are you doing? The House of Wax Blu-ray, like I said in the video. So I don't know what you mean by what kind of gift. It's a Blu-ray. Thought I made that clear in the video. Hey, Predminator. Cool, this is what the request is for. I'm watching on the computer, so I'll start in about a minute or two in case people want to hop on in, as in to the chat or whatever. I will do the best I can with the commentary. Hey, Kentucky, how you doing, man? Your clothes, give them to me now. I can never do an Arnold Schwarzenegger. Need your boots, your clothes, give them to me now. I need to do it. I need to do it. You and your mom, ultimate salvation. Yeah, Terminator Salvation, I'll take over these new jamokes for films. I'll gladly take that. I do definitely agree with that. Push that back a little bit. I would say before I start, this is my favorite Terminator film. No doubt. Oh, thank you, Rico. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. But yeah, I've been watching. Predminator, no. The turnouts are when it's just random. Or something brand new, like the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. But if it's something, like, if people aren't interested in the Terminator or they're not interested in me talking about it, then no, it's not going to be a turnout. That's not what it's about, Premier. It's about your request. But, no. When it's stuff like this, there's no turnout for it. Which is fine. You know, what can you do about it? I understand. Either they'll watch it later, or they're just not interested at all. Like, the commentaries get the lowest views on the channel. But I do them because those are paid requests. But anytime I do a commentary, it's just the lowest views on the channel. So, but I don't blame them because I'm not really the best at commentaries, but do the best I can. Hey, Jocko Gold Kick, hope you're doing well. So I don't think there'll be many in here, which is understandable because again, commentaries are not really my best thing, but again, I will do my best. And if it's a paid request, I'll do it. We have about 10. That'll be the best it will be. So I'm about ready to start since it's 7:10. Again, Predminator, this was a paid request for him. And well, here we go. So I have a pause at the beginning. Let's count down. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Now the version I'm seeing has the MGM logo at the beginning. So it says also depends which version you see. Just has the MGM logo, then it's fading. And then we have the Orion logo. Orion, a company that, even though it had some hits like Terminator, RoboCop, Bill and Ted, still went a lot of financial problems into the early 90s to the point RoboCop 3 was postponed for a few years. They came back a little bit with a couple movies, but they're not nowhere how they were back in the day. Because I think they also released Blue Thunder. Like Blue Thunder, this, Bill and Ted, they said RoboCop were big hits, but LA 2029 AD. Nice usage of miniatures, show what you could do with a low budget, which was you're limited, but at the same time, I do like these miniatures because it's still something physical and practical. Yeah, I've seen the T2 teaser. Yeah, I've seen that. I didn't see it back in the day, but it was on the DVDs and stuff and special features. Definitely my favorite score of all the Terminators because it has a dark horror aspect to it, and Terminator 1 is my favorite. The machines rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. The war to exterminate mankind had raged for decades, but the final battle would not be fought in the future. We fought here in our present, tonight. And great theme. I also love how they do the titles. I thought that made it not only how it's like a machine entering in the names, but just the full title, where you're confused at first as to what it is, and then the more, oh, it's the title. Hey, Paulie. Yeah, that film is pretty bad. I think this is the best one, so I disagree. I think this is easily the best one. I think it has the best music. I think it has the best feel to it. I think the horror aspect makes it unique, and I think it fits with the title. Terminator 2 I like, but Terminator, I get why for the story, but him just shooting kneecaps. I mean, it was a start. It was a good story, but it was a start of making Terminator more mundane. I think this is the best Terminator, seeing Arnold as the Terminator. Other than some practical effects that don't hold up, I still think this is the best Terminator film to me. I mean, just the score with just the drumming beat. Directed by James Cameron. The film that really brought him into prominence. And then after this, got the job for Aliens. He reworked Rambo 2. And then Stallone reworked that script in 85. And then Aliens. I do think Terminator works better as a horror film. I mean, it's called The Terminator. It's about a machine that goes and hunts you down to murder and kill you. I mean, that's a pretty horrific idea, this machine that will not stop until you are dead. Yes, I do think it works better as a horror film. Hello, DJ. I'm doing all right. This guy speaking through a cigar. What the hell going on here? I don't know why these electrical effects, for some reason back then, they look better than they do nowadays. I don't know if it's type of animation back then. Nowadays it's CG, and it just this electricity, like many 80s films, it just looks better. It looks more with finesse. With CGI, it just doesn't look the best. And you don't introduce your star, that's the way to do it. The old Arnold body, very intimidating. And that score just screams like a horror film. Other than Arnold, who could you see as a Terminator? Nobody. I mean, this is the role that made him. He fit well. I mean, he had the inhuman physique and that face that just worked best with a lack of emotion. It did put Arnold on. Well, you Conan the Barbarian, I would say, put Arnold on the map, and this cemented it. There's Bill Paxton, rest in peace, as well as Brian Thompson on the right, who would be the villain in Cobra with Sylvester Stallone, and then Bill Paxton in the middle, may he rest in peace. Yeah, I mean, he just pushed away. I guess people just assume he died. Nice nights for a walk, eh? First time Arnold and Bill Paxton worked together, we're going to directing True Lies. And then there's Brian Thompson, the villain in Cobra with Sylvester Stallone on the right. Yeah, if you saw a naked Arnold coming up and say, "Give you your clothes," I would run away. That's what I would do. Yeah, he just pushes Bill Paxton, but there you go. There's Brian Thompson. That's for Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The Running Man is a classic. One of my top five favorite Arnold films. I mean, it's an absolute classic. Do you think a Terminator would be the first to go between an Alien and Predator? No. I mean, if it has weapons, it would just defeat it like a colonial marine would, an alien. Yeah, Brian Thompson with Shao Kahn and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I do remember it was the bounty hunter in the X Files when the X Files was worth a crap. The Sally X Files, like every other franchise, went to pieces. I don't know. For some reason, like I said, the electricity back then, which they did in a lot of these '80s movies, they looked better back then. And here's Michael Biehn, Kyle Reese, who obviously became friends with James Cameron because he was not the first choice for Hicks in Aliens. It was James Remar. But then James Remar had drug problems and they fired him, so they brought in Michael Biehn last minute to be Hicks in Aliens. And then Michael Biehn would be in The Art of War with Wesley Snipes. He was in The Rock with Sean Connery in a bit role. Of course, he'd be in The Abyss. He was in the William Friedkin film Rampage. Quite a few films. But never got to be the big star after Terminator Aliens. Just ransacked this homeless guy. You're a homeless guy and you got your pants taken. Guy taught with marbles in his mouth. Yeah, he told me to. Yeah, Terminator 1 is my favorite. I do like T2 though, but Terminator 1 is my favorite. There it goes, right off the car. Such a unique synthesizer. Would synthesizer be the right word for the score? My favorite scene in the film? That was hard to pick. There's a lot of good scenes in the film. I would say the car chase. No, I would say when Arnold punches the hole through the windshield. That's a very classic moment. What year? There you go. So what the fuck is this guy on? He's on some meth. He's definitely on some meth or crack cocaine. Yeah, the police station is very cool too. That's one of my favorite scenes as well. I guess if you say a favorite moment, the Terminator punching a hole through the windshield while he's on fire is like the first scene I think of when I think of this movie. But the police station scene is cool. These cops suck at it. Well, I don't say they suck at their job, but I don't know. Just they're trying. They're not just blasting their guns like idiots, which they would be today. Just people don't know how to write characters. Nowadays, with how stupid Hollywood is at writing, the cops just go on boop, 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 destroy the whole damn store. There you go. Remember, he did some shoes. Nikes. Now, that's a Nike ad. Just do it. Do these still have photograph booths? I guess not. You just take it on your phone. But back then we had this thing called photograph. You actually go in with your date and take a photograph. It's such a weird, unique musical score too. Man, they should have had one cop at the cop car. Now, there's no way he would be able to steal that shotgun. Those shotguns would be locked up, so you couldn't just go in and take the shotgun like that. Or maybe that's how it was back then. They saw this movie and they said, you know what, be a better idea to keep the shotgun locked up. Maybe they saw movies like this. You know what, someone could be like Kyle Reese and sneak in and steal our shotgun from the cop car. So let's, lock it up. Was this the first movie Arnold to start the one-liners? I guess so, because he didn't really have much lines in Conan the Barbarian that you call one-liners. So I guess this would be. Budget was only $6 million. I mean, again, showed what you could do with imagination and creativity. And there's Linda Hamilton. Around this time, she was in Children of the Corn. Later on would be in the Beauty and the Beast TV show, Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan, Shadow Conspiracy with Charlie Sheen, of course Terminator 2 and Terminator Dark Fate. And if you hear background noise, it's just one of my cats. Just, he won't be quiet no matter what happens. And I'm not going to yell at the cat or anything. It doesn't do anything. There's Linda Hamilton as your waitress. How you build a character, you have her relatable, doing the best she can, just put into a crazy situation, has to adapt. They couldn't afford a real body bag at the end. Yeah, I remember that. For once, it's not the Roosters, yeah. It's always something around here, no matter what. I can never get peace and quiet. It's either neighbor's roosters or it's always something. See, that's the Terminator. Just, I'm just going to punch a hole through this. Doesn't matter because I'm a machine, so I'm not going to feel the pain. So why not? Unrelenting. Arnold had just a different look in here compared to his other films. You probably bet his body was enhanced, so to speak. You love Dante's Peak. I don't mind it. I prefer Volcano, though. That mom sure smacked that kid in the face. Took what, ice cream or potatoes? Someone put her in her apron. Mom should have been like, you know what, I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna pick you up, I'm gonna give you a seat in the toilet with your head in there. I'm gonna pick you up and I'm gonna fly you out and kick you through a field goal while I was on fire. Fucking kid. Here's Dip Miller, rest in peace, who later be in Gremlins. Well, actually, around the same time, Gremlins, 84. And then worked with Roger Corman a lot. Joe Dante. There's Dip Miller, rest in peace. Face plasma rifle. Psycho Hobo depends what kind of video is and how long is the video. Is the video 2 minutes? Is the video 2 hours? This guy does a bad job. Like, you could just have the animal right there. Ron. It's your ass. You shouldn't have just the animal right there willy-nilly for anyone to get. Yes, he was in. Yes, Dip Miller was in Chopping Mall. He was the janitor that got electrocuted by the machines to kill bots. And this guy on the phone booth going, "Get out of my way, Hillbilly Jim. I need the phone. I got an attitude problem. I'm gonna punch a hole through your soul if you don't leave me alone." Sarah Connor, there's multiple Sarah Connors, so he's going to go to each one. And that's a foreshadow for the end of the film. You have that truck there, and then he runs it over. And it'll be in a bigger truck later. Imagine just put the gun out, just shot the dog. Nah. Wouldn't be inconspicuous. Hello, Jedizilla. Hope you're doing well. Sarkana. There you go. Nice bit of slow motion. And you don't see the violence, but you get the gist of it. Right here. Boom, boom, boom. Only nitpick, I wish he didn't blink his eyes like that. Obviously, when you're shooting a gun, that's hard not to do, but if there's a way that he didn't, how you put it, flinch, that would have been pretty cool. Hello, Planet Mars. Hope you're doing well. Do you prefer the Terminator as Arnold or Metal Skeleton? Arnold. There's a lot more you could do with it because you could have pieces shot up, but still have like this piece showing the metal, this piece showing the metal, just an arm showing. There's a lot more you can play with. Get a drink here. Come on, Kyle Reese. There's no time to sleep. You gotta find those Sarah Connors. But yeah, we show a little bit of a flashback to what was going on. I did, for a low budget, they did as well as they could. And you only needed 2 Terminator films. You didn't need so many damn others. Not every franchise needs to keep going and going. That's why I keep saying all this time. Yeah, but I don't really know why when they lose the flesh they don't speak, because that has nothing to do with... I think they just think they'll sound goofy if it was Arnold talking from the metal endoskeleton. Because there's no actual reason for that to happen. It's just choice they do. I guess really because when there's nothing left, there's no reason to hide that you're a human. So what's the point of talking for a Terminator if you have no skin to infiltrate people? He didn't speak to them with the skin on. Yeah, he did. He just said Sarah Connor. And he said, I want you boots. Nice night for a walk. Yeah, Darth Watson just said one of the lines he said. Or later on, fuck you, asshole. T2 is good, but I think the Terminator, the first one's better. Well, that guy went to pieces. Or girl, what the hell. No, I mean in general, Matt. I don't know where this was shot with all this wreckage and this little like car chase thing. Not really a car chase, but being chased by this. Sorry, now I'm just watching this little action bit here. Now I don't know if this is like a dream where Kyle Reese went through this, but obviously he escaped because he's alive, or a nightmare of what might have happened. Obviously he escaped that wreck because he's alive here. Terminator 3 is just lame. I would call Terminator 3 just lame. Subpar. The studio trusted James Cameron on his first film. Well, I mean, it was a low budget film. I don't know how much the studio would really get into the production of this. This seems like more of an independent film that was made and then a company bought it or something. I didn't notice Lynn Hamilton was wearing a Jetsons t-shirt. I think it's a Jetsons. Yeah, it's a Jetsons t-shirt. I think the guy on the phone is Rick Rossovich, who would be in Top Gun, I believe. T2's too goofy. It messes with the tone. Yeah, I can understand that. That's one of the reasons why I like this one more. Wow, you have a lead character that doesn't just hate men, that is playful, that is likable, that there's an arc where throughout the film she gets stronger. It's like people knew how to write back then. Unlike today in your Doctor Strange 2s. And there is Paul Winfield. He's done quite a few stuff. He was in thing with the Serpent and the Rainbow after this. And Lance Henriksen. One of the guys originally up to be the Terminator. Originally they were going to have O.J. Simpson. I'm glad that never happened. Then Lance Henriksen, because he was supposed to be an infiltrator, a guy you wouldn't expect. You know, this small guy, Lance. But then they saw Arnold, and at one point, someone wanted Arnold to be the hero, the Kyle Reese, and Arnold's like, no, I want to be the villain. And then James Cameron's like, wait, this guy could be the villain. It was the right choice for Arnold. Although I do like Lance Henriksen. Hey, Thumb Brothers, hello there. Thanks, I don't think I do a great job on these commentaries. I'm doing the best I can, though. But thanks for stopping by, at least. And thanks to Predminator for sending the paid request for this. Do you prefer the gray punt jacket, no glasses, or the leather jacket, sunglasses? I would say the second one is more of an iconic look. But I do think the leather jacket sunglasses is more of an iconic look for him. I'll say that look is better. James Cameron knew how to do action, female heroes. I like Hollywood hacks. Yeah, they certainly do. Hey, Michael, the Choice Fist, how you doing? Phantasm himself, great movie, one of my all-time favorites. Near Perfect, a film that I don't get tired of rewatching. I keep forgetting. There you go. Hope you're doing well, man. I know, Michael, you mentioned you would do a live stream, so I don't want to miss that. And hey, if you ever want me to join, let me know. I would gladly do it. We need to do a stream together. We could complain about the MCU. We could complain about movies today. We could just talk the spit. We need to do something nowadays, man. Let me know. I'm up for anything, man. Even just to hang out and just listen. Just let me know, man. If you ever do that live stream or stream or whatever, let me know, man. I would gladly. We need to do something. But hope you're doing well. Hope your weekend's going well, Michael. But yeah, this is a classic. Yeah, I did not see this in the theater. This was I would have been 1 year old. Man, this came out in 1984, and I know another film got buried, Runaway with Tom Selleck. People thought that would be a big hit because Tom Selleck was a big hit on Magnum PI, but nope. This is the one that made it, and no one expected anything of it. This is the one that blew the doors out for James Cameron. And then again, he co-wrote Ramble for Split Part 2, then Stallone rewrote it, and then went on to direct Aliens. But here's Paul Winfield and Lance Henriksen talking a bit here. I Come in Peace, I saw it this year for the first time. Very underrated action film. I agree. Love I Come in Peace. A personal favorite of mine. Back when movies were worth a spit. I just called her. Call her again. He's trying to get another cigarette. He already had a cigarette in his hand. Back when you had answering machines. You remember back in the day when you had answering machines? Did any of you ever own an answering machine? You guys may be too young for that. I'm older and I still never owned an answering machine. Now that's not a thing, but did any of you guys ever own an answering machine? Hey Caleb, how are you doing? Predminator Lucas, thank you for the kind words. Hey Thor, hello there. I know you love 10 on Cash, but would you love it more if it was Arnold? No, I think Caruso played that perfectly. Michael, you did have an answering machine? Yeah. I'm old and I didn't even have one, but nowadays, damn, those old TVs too, where the picture quality was so crap on the old TVs. But yeah, Linda Hamilton, wonderful job in this. She's again back when they knew how to write character. She's not a fucking PMS monster. She's not. It's like if you show emotion, that means you're less. What the hell does that mean? It's like women can't show emotions. Why? It makes them inferior. No, it doesn't. Oh, there you go. Saw the film in the theater. It was great. It was actually scary too. Wow. Did the crowd react to the theater? I mean, in the theater? I mean, that's a long time to remember, of course, but I don't know if you have any other memories about in the theater. Never, I mean, yeah, Caleb, this is a good movie back when they were worth a spit. Again, great score by the composer here. My favorite of the Terminator scores. And this is my favorite Terminator film. I know people were saying, but what are your guys' favorite Terminator film in the chat? Terminator is a perfect example of keeping the movie moving, but also having a couple memorable quiet scenes. That's how you do a movie. Yeah, apparently they can't do that nowadays. Today they just write about agendas, no actual character development. Yeah, hell if I know why. And here's Michael Bean following him. I mean, following her. The crowd was quiet. It was actually a film, unlike many others. Creepy and Schwarzenegger was scary as shit. Yeah, I guess most people in the chat, their favorite is T2, but my favorite is this one. I like T2. I just think T2 is just so overplayed. People go, that's not your favorite Arnold film? I mean, I love Predator is my favorite. No problem, Predminator. It's the least I could do. Like, my top five favorite Arnold films is Predator, then The Running Man, or no, Predator, Commando, The Running Man, End of Days, and what would be number five? Maybe True Lies. I did it, but I know my first four is Predator, Commando, The Running Man, and End of Days. And number five might be True Lies. Seems to get lost in the crowd when it comes to the Terminator films. I think it's the most unique. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the most unique. Because it feels like a horror film has a feel of doom and gloom from the beginning, from the musical score to the opening credits to the Terminator was the Terminator, and to me, that's what the Terminator is. I like T2, but when he got into him shooting kneecaps and found it works for the story, but shooting kneecaps and that's now distilling the character, the Predator, where we have to be a little bit more mundane. Of I promise I will not kill anyone. I mean, again, James Cameron made it work for the script, but just as a guy that grew up with this, I'm like, eh. And then they ran with T2 to the ground with Dark Fate and Genesis. And I don't even know which is worse, Genesis or Dark Fate, because they're both horrible. Rambo McLean, hello there. You kind of wish Running Man wasn't just taking place all in one night. Why? That it makes sense if it's a game show. It's a game show. The audience, oh, there you go, punches the pillow and don't make me bust you up, man. You ain't gonna do squat. You just crash you right through the damn window. I mean, glass. There you go. You and your tidy whities are going bye-bye. Just throwing them like a bad habit. Right through the door now. There you go. He got F'd in the A. He got fucked up. At the wrong time. Terminator's like, I don't shoot you in the back. I don't care. I will shoot you in the back and you will like it. T2 is more accessible to the masses. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Which is why they kept doing it for the sequels. And they couldn't even get up to T2. They're gone. Shot her like 10 times. Hello, Trevor. Actually, you know what? Total Recall would be my number five. Thanks for reminding me, Rob Williams. Total Recall would be my number five in my top five. It's hard for me to think. That's why a lot of times I like to do a little bit of research because I always forget stuff. Yeah, my top five favorite Arnold films, Total Recall would be number five. So it'd be Predator, Commando, The Running Man, End of Days, and then Total Recall. T2 is better than a lot of Marvel films. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, I mean, that's no question. That damn answer machine. See, it wasn't for the answer machine, it wouldn't have fucked her over. See, nowadays with cell phones, it'd be a different ballgame. She wouldn't have this shit written down for Arnold to see. So you'll Sarah Connor, huh? What do you think about Raw Deal with Arnold? I could never get into it. I like Red Heat, but I could never get into Raw Deal. The finale's fine. But Raw Deal, I just couldn't get into. End of Days, I think, is one of his most underrated. I mean, Arnold kissed the shit out of the devil. You want to fuck with me? You're fuck a choir boy about to me. A choir boy. He shoots the devil in the face with a grenade launcher. I mean, that's pretty damn cool. When you shoot the devil in the face with a grenade launcher, and that's pretty damn cool. End of Days is awesome. Would T2 be in your top 15 Arnold films? Yeah, it would be. Yes, rest in peace, Fred Ward. Gabriel Burns is good in End of Days. Yeah, the guy who played Kyle Reese in this is Michael Biehn. He would be in Aliens as Hicks. He wasn't at the first choice as Hicks. They cast a guy named James Remar in Aliens as Hicks, but he had a drug problem. And they realized as they started shooting, so they fired him. And then they cast Michael Biehn last minute. Because we're shooting, and I worked with you on Terminator, and just James Remar has a drug problem. So you're fired, and get Michael Biehn in there as Hicks in Aliens. And then he was in The Abyss, and The Art of War with Wesley Snipes, The Rock. There you go. You got two people. She doesn't know who's the killer, but she can't blame her. You have this guy following her, so she thinks he's the killer. And what's Michael Biehn going to tell her? Yeah, I'm from the future and a robot's going to kill you? This is a well done scene. The slow motion, the build up to it, the music. Again, big props to the music as well. Can't say enough about the music. There's all three in frame. There's a shotgun. Is the laser. A tech door. I don't know why she's not moving. She's just sitting there, but there you go. 4, 5. 5 shotguns and a piece and a biscuit. RoboCop or Total Recall? I don't know. I like both of them. And Terminator doesn't care. He'll kill anybody. Which makes sense. So many times in movies, people will spray their gun and not hit any civilians. But this does because he would. It would happen. And Terminator's not going to care because he's a fucking Terminator. Again, $6 million budget. And this is well edited than Doctor Strange 2 was. Fuck Doctor Strange 2 and the multiverse of badness. This is better edited than that movie. There you go. You must have reloaded that shotgun. Nice editing right out the window. There you go. Go to bed for a little bit. Go with me if you want to live. Then they try to force that in every other goddamn movie. Terminator 2 worked fine, but then after that it's like, oh, this little pipsqueak Genesis, she wears like, I don't know, she weighs like 10 pounds. Come with me if you want to live. Fuck Genesis and fuck Dark Fate. What films would you replace Titanic Avatar with as James Cameron directing? God, I don't know. I'd be curious to see his version of Spider-Man. Hey, Grade B. Hello there. Hope you're doing well. Hello, LBT Electrodino. We're at the scene where Arnold is chasing Michael Biehn and Linda Hamilton into the car. And here we get into one of my favorite scenes in the movie. See, this, when I think of Terminator, I think of this scene. Arnold on fire and just, yeah, boom, punch right through the fucking windshield. Now that showcases, will not stop ever until you are dead. I mean, there you go. Get the fuck out of there. That's the other thing. You're shooting at nighttime, and nighttime's so much of a tougher shoot. And this cop, don't know. You have no idea what the fuck's coming. Because Arnold is pissed. Arnold Braunschweiger. Last Century Hero, that's another good one. Here's the cop. Yeah, you don't go to sleep about now. Boom. You fucking cop. That cop was in T2, really? Where was he in T2? Cole Warner, yes, Terminator is badass. Thank you, LBT Electrodino. I appreciate that. What if John Connor hooked up with Catherine Brewster after they killed T-1000? Catherine Brewster wasn't in Terminator 2. I don't know what you're talking about. Question, what would happen if the Terminator did kill Sarah? Would it self-destruct as his mission is complete? I have no idea. I mean, the whole movie, if you think about it, is a paradox. I mean, think about it this way. If, let's say the first time this timeline happened, right? Well, Kyle Reese would not have been born. So there would have been, how would there have been a John Connor to help Rise Against the Machines during the first timeline? Because the first timeline, it just would have been Sarah Connor by herself, probably still being a waitress, and then the war would have happened, and then I don't know how. If I keep going, I'm going to confuse myself. But yeah, this movie is on the go and on the run, and if you gotta do exposition, do it on the run. Because while it doesn't come off as boring, you gotta lay this information out as during the middle of this car chase. So how do you make cyborg, cybernetic organism? Yeah, there you go. I mean, pretty decent cinematography for a film that only cost $6 million. Very cool car chase. It works for what it needs to do. Mark Goldblatt, kudos to the editor. Because Mark Goldblatt edited Rambo 2, he edited a lot of the action classics, and then he would go on to direct films like The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren in 1989. So, Mark Goldblatt, credit to him as the editor. When, hi Matt, when the Terminator at the end came out the fire and he had the robot body, that was intimidating. Yeah, I can understand that. Might have been a pretty cool shot for people who first saw this back in the day, because they weren't expecting that. Idea is like, how do you relay this information? It could be in a boring coffee shop, or it could be just walking, talking, or in the middle of a high-speed chase. And when they're in the middle of hiding. No, they can't make things that yet. That's the point. But at the same time, how do you convince someone that you're from the future and you got to battle a killer cyborg? I won't know how. Would you? I'm gonna show you the VHS of Terminator. JG Music Show, hello there. This is way better than Iron Man 3. Of course it is. It's better than all the Iron Man films, and I like the first one, but I would put this above it, yes. Can't be bargained with, can't be reasoned with, doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it will not stop ever until you are dead. Unless you're Darth Fate, and then he will stop until he puts up your drapes. Wasn't he the Arnold interior decorator he became in Darth Fate? Yeah, that's the term. It will not stop until you are dead, but it felt sorry that someone was dead and met a woman and became a dad, a stepdad, and then he put drapes up for a living like the Terminator Dark Fate. And James Cameron had a hand in producing that. JG Music Show, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Well, it does stop making money because the last two films didn't make money. Genesis didn't make money. Dark Fate didn't make money, and they still want to keep doing it. It shows how stupid they are. Like, I don't even know which is worse, Genesis or Dark Fate. It's just they're both so god awful. I don't know which is worse. Thank you, Jojo. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you, LBT Electric Dino. Thank you. I'm not that amazing, but I appreciate the kind words. No time for nookie. You like Terminator Genesis? Dear Stone. I think it's absolute garbage, but hey, we all have different opinions. The original Terminator is terrifying. Yeah, it works as a horror film. That's what, to me, the Terminator is a horror film. And then when they start diluting T2, I like T2, but my interest is not as much. At T2, I do think it's a tad overrated. Because there's just other action films I enjoy more. I enjoy Cliffhanger more. I enjoy The Running Man more. I enjoy Total Recall more. Does that mean Terminator 2 is a bad film? Not at all. I just think it's a bit overrated because people go, you gotta give it the best movie ever or you're done. I'm like, no. I like the movie, but there's others I like more. Not because T2 is a bad film, but there's just other films I like more. Arnold's Austrian accent made the Terminator work too. Yeah, it's definitely makes it feel more alien, more unique, more different. What do you like more? This or the new Batman film? This one. The Terminator. Maybe Hollywood should just close up shop and stop making movies altogether. It would help. Do you think that movies that are made into games are... Oh, okay. Has nothing to do with the Terminator. Again, this is a good way of doing exposition because there's something happening other than just exposition. There's actually something else happening. Like they're on the run. It's a car chase. Now they're hiding so they don't get caught. So you have something else in the back of your mind while this exposition is happening. Plus the actors do their jobs well. I don't know. I'm just watching it. Whatever was online. Stating the obvious. There's a different ending in TT where Sarah Connor's talking to a tape recorder where she's at a park. Yeah, I see that. It was on the DVD, like deleted scene, with really, really bad old makeup. What's funny is if they did that, there would not have been a Terminator 3. So maybe that should have been done for the better. Were there any deleted scenes for this? I'm sure there were. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but I'm sure there were. This is a great reaction. Know it's there. Boom. Shotgun. Had a great trailer too, this film. Had a really great trailer. Do you think movies in general should be an hour or less? No, they should be more than an hour. Well done camera work too. Like you sit the camera to see our hero and shooting the shotgun and the cop car from across the way. That's some really good staging to show that they're all in the same environment and there's a sense of danger there. Would the Terminator get canceled if it was made today? Everything gets canceled if it was made today. They try to cancel Kindergarten Cop. If they try to cancel Kindergarten Cop, of course they would. What weapon do you like the Terminator using the most? His T2 barrel shotgun. Yeah, that's a cool, especially the way he reloads it. That's a cool weapon. The steel precision on the drums add to the... Yeah, I agree with that. Very good music. And the gunshots on the vehicle actually look good. They don't look ridiculous. It's not everything on a damn green screen like they do in a cheap-ass movie today. Or even an expensive movie today, everything's on a fucking green screen. There's actually two people in cars, working with the stuntmen. I mean, she's right. They will kill him. It's the cops. What was the joke my friend Michael said at one point? Damn it, something about the cops. It was heart disease is the #1 killer for black people. And he's like, oh, I thought that was the police. He said a joke like that. It was like a Richard Pryor type of joke. It was pretty funny. Gotta be careful of the cops. They'll kill your ass. Favorite Terminator character, probably Michael Biehn, Kyle Reese. Yeah, it was a very well done, well staged car chase. Aside from this film, the only film I remember Arnold was the bad guy was Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin. I just technically killing Gunther, he's kind of a villain in that. Technically. I guess you could say. Favorite movie theater candy? None. I would prefer popcorn. Favorite character in Terminator 2? Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor. Why did T2 not keep this tone? My friend Michael said it best that more mainstream, more accessible to the public. Hey, Matt B, hope you're doing well. Here's Arnold. Going to fix some stuff here after that car crash. Like, that makeup's pretty good, showing his eye all busted up. It's when it's been taken out where it's a bit dodgy. But I think this stuff with the hand is still pretty decent. Do you think T2 should have been darker? Yes, because I think The Terminator works as a horror film. Like, Aliens is that as horror, but it still kept a similar tone. I didn't feel Aliens was a lighter tone compared to Alien, at least to me. It was more of an action film, and even had a little kid, but it still didn't feel like a lighter tone like Terminator 2 did. And I like T2. See, I think that's a good makeup effect Stan Winston's company did with the arm. I think the arm stuff looks good. It's just when the eyeball, it looks a bit dodgy. How many of you have had handcuffs on you? How many people in the chat have been arrested? You don't have to. You could be honest. I won't tell. How many of you here have been arrested? Do you think Kyrie should have lived and not died at the end? I would have been happy with him living. I would have been fine with him living. I mean, it's a self-sacrifice, but if he lived, I would have been happy. Hi, Alex Lee. Hello there. You've been cautioned, not arrested. Gotcha. Well, I mean, at least that's better than be arrested. There's a comic where Reese lives. What kind of comic is that? Is that a what if comic that Kyle Reese lives? T2 isn't that light. I just meant with the Terminator, I promise I would not kill anyone and made to shoot people in kneecaps. Like I said, I get why, but at the same time, it's like, it's a little bit lighter. You don't have the Terminator being the Terminator because of the story, which I makes sense in T2, it just doesn't in other movies. Truancy ticket one time. Oh, there we go. See, it's alright with the eyeball at this bit. It's fine. What is you could clearly tell it's Arnold and just like something here, but it's this coming out where it's a bit wonky. Yeah, there's the puppet. You could tell that's a puppet. That's a bit. That's I would see the least effective effect. Yeah, you could tell it's very stiff, very dodgy. Up close to the eye looks cool, but yeah, that's very much a like just very stiff, too dodgy. So I would say that's the effect that doesn't hold up. And then back to the real Arnold. It's funny. There are people like, oh, you just love anything old. I just nitpicked that scene. T2 is better than other Terminator films. I don't think it's better than this one, but yes, it's better than anything afterward. I agree. There were still gory moments in T2. I don't know. I didn't. That's one of those films I T forget is rated R. T2, honestly. Except maybe when Dyson gets shot up. Man, those old ass TVs. I didn't build the fucking thing. Dark Fate Terminator ain't no, it ain't worth seeing. Ain't worth spit. And this guy that played the psychiatrist did a good job too. He appeared in Terminator 2 and what was the other one? I think he appeared in Terminator 3 as well. Forget the actor's name who played the psychiatrist. There you go. Now he's getting pissed. Which they try to redo a little bit in Terminator 2 with Linda Hamilton going crazy, just like this. Are you watching the original version with unedited audio? I'm just watching what was online. I don't know which version it is. T2 is mainly rated R for language. It's not that violent. Yeah, I agree. There you go. Yeah, wear that body armor. Of course, if he shoots you in the head like he was going to do in Tet Door, that body armor ain't going to do jack squat, but I just better than nothing. Love Lance Henriksen, very underrated actor. Lance Henriksen, I mean, he was Bishop in Aliens. Of course, he was Hard Target, the main villain in that, with Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's Fouchon. Was his name Fouchon? Bad with names. He's the main bad guy in Hard Target. Pumpkinhead, Near Dark, a lot of good movies. The original version has the mono track with the original sound effects. They refused to put it on Blu-ray. I don't know why. Yes, I do know Fred Ward passed away. It's sad. Here we go. Here's the line that cemented his star status. He looks over, says, yeah, I could go back there. And yeah, this car will fit in this area. Yeah, this will do just fine. Hey, asshole, I'll be back. I mean, I didn't need to hear him say 85 times afterward, but, the first 5 times was cool. But this is a classic way of doing it. I'll be back. There you go. Beat my friend Christine. There's a bumper car sandwich. There you go. Just shove that car up that cop's ass. See, again, this is the thing. This is the Terminator. Look at this. Just, I'm going to kill all the cops with shotguns, machine guns, and now... And there you go. What does he do in Terminator 5? I'm your daddy, and what do you do? My name is Pops. Where the fuck his name was in that? I need to smile. I need to do... I'm at the police station, and Bad Boys, what you're gonna do is playing. I used to kill all the cops, now I'm smiling, and the police line up. Fuck. That cemented my hatred for Genesis when you have a police station... Fucking police station. Oh, thank you, Jojo. I appreciate that. Terminator 2 afterwards? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, Terminator 3 is subpar. Talk to the hand. That's pretty lame. Terminator Salvation, it's there. I mean, it could be better, though. I could watch as a time waster. Terminator Genesis? When... Again, you have Arnold come back in a police station while Bad Boys, what you going to do is playing, and he smiles to the camera like a fucking dumbass. Fucking bullshit. Like an idiot. Stupid plot, stupid effects, stupid action, and Dark Fate was the Mexican Terminator. The Mexicanator. Terminator Dark Fate, the Mexicanator, coming soon to a Taco Bell near you. Fuck Genesis and fuck Dark Fate. Now you look at this scene and just... Bah, 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 bah. That's the Terminator. Goodbye, Paul Winfield. There you go. And Lance Henriksen gets worse. He gets machine gun and a shotgun. And nice editing by Mark Goldblatt. No, I can't do 2 movies in one stream. My phone will run out of battery if I do that. It's now a city without police. Yeah, he killed all the cops. I will hope the city has more than one police station. Some way, some shape, some form. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't. And of course, the composer for this, who would do Terminator 2, also did the original Fright Night. Brad Fiedel. And Fright Night. I think he did Fright Night Part 2. I forget what he did after that, though. He kind of retired for a little while. Titan 673, hello there. And thank you once again, Jojo. That's very kind of you to do. You just took down the police station. Now, get a bite to eat. No, not really. Right there showcases they're out of fuel as to why they need to stop. Hello, Eric MacArthur. Brad Fidel did Striking Distance. I forgot. That's right, in True Lies. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Tierra and Randall. I appreciate the kind words. Love the hey, Total Meltdown 2. Love the Terminator. Grew watch it religiously on VHS. Yeah, I would say the first time I did see this was on VHS tape. And great cover. Pretty damn solid movie. Still holds up to this day. I mean, I'm an hour and 4 minutes in. It's gone by pretty decently quick. Got about 40 minutes left. 40 minutes left, I mean. Yeah, I guess it would be. I have the original Hemdale 1997 DVD with the original edited mono soundtrack. The gunshots sound absolutely beautiful. Definitely worth buying. Cool. I don't know. This says it was a Blu-ray version. The sound effects sound fine to me, but I don't know. I guess it's been a while since I've seen the first one. Terminator 3 is pretty bad. I mean, I don't mind the guy that played John Connor. I don't mind a couple action sequences, but that ending sucks. That made Terminator 2 completely pointless. Terminatrix, female Terminator, whatever. She can now control like 10 vehicles. Okay. Wish they ever brought that idea back again, did they? Where I could control like 10 fucking vehicles. Hicks or Kyle Reese Hicks. But again, Aliens is in my top 3 favorite films ever. He has your breast too. What? Hey, it's progressive in the future. John Connor has your titties. It's Samantha Connor. He transitions. He has 8 pronouns and 5 adverbs and 2 adjectives. That's Terminator film today. It's Samantha Connor. Here are my 8 pronouns and 7 adverbs and 3 adjectives just to stay the course. I enjoyed Terminator 3 because it's Terminator 2 but with a shorter runtime. Even stuff like Talk to the Hand and stuff. When he goes to like a strip club or something. Talk to the Hand. If Bill Paxton was Kyle Reese, I mean, he could do it, but I think Michael Biehn, I prefer Michael Biehn as Kyle Reese. For a long time as a kid, all I had was the VHS copy. The end where Arnold gets stabbed through the back in the ground. Oh, T2, I guess. Just didn't stab him in the ground. That's Terminator 2. Yeah, Chaz, I agree. Still the best of the Terminator franchise. And Chaz, I apologize for the delay on the request. I will get to that as soon as I can. It took me a little bit longer than I wanted to find the film, but I did find it, so that will be coming soon. I believe it was 52 pickup. Unless there was another Chaz. Yeah, I know. I mentioned that earlier in the stream. Austin, Arnold was supposed to be Kyle Reese, and Lance Henriksen and O.J. Simpson was going to be the Terminator. Do you like the look of the T-800 Endo? Yes, I do. It's a cool design. Nice work by Stan Winston and his group. But now James Cameron got Avatar 2 that looked like dog crap. Since the trailer came out, I guess, do all of you look forward to Avatar 2? Because I sure as fuck don't. Bunch of more of the Blue Men group. Love and Water. Love and a Water Vader. Drinking it up and pissing out. Did you get requested for any upcoming Terminator related stuff? No. So here they're pretty much just talking, and a moment for the audience to relax after the going a pretty good clip afterwards. And, you know, build up a little bit of this love story between these two characters. You look for an Avatar 2? Well, good luck, because I think they'll be dog shit. Just like the first Avatar was dog shit. Fuck Avatar 2. Looks like a PS5 game? Yeah. Looks like a rainbow of ass. Fuck Avatar 2. I wish James Cameron would do a direct sequel to Aliens. I mean, if it's anything like Terminator or Dark Fate, which he produced, then probably no. Show a little bit more of the backstory of how it worked in the future, how the humans were living. You think you got bad, look how these people were living. Down into the sewer. Phew. True Lies was the last good James Cameron film. I agree with that. Stop looking at me, little kid. Don't look at me. Don't try to shoot me, I'll shoot you. I'll pull this trigger, I'll be Alec Baldwin. Don't be Alec Baldwin. Come on, Michael Bean, don't be Alec Baldwin. Pull the trigger. That's a bad... Change the channel on that TV. The Fire Network. Someone's crying. They must have saw Dark Fate. How shitty this movie is. Why does it suck so badly? Do you think DiCaprio would have been a good Spider-Man? Maybe. Women curious what James Cameron did. We have this picture, and we see it get burned up a little bit. Oh, it is burned up a little bit here. Baptist is a tad that gets burned up all the way. But doesn't this picture come up in like Genesis or Dark Fate? And it's like, how the hell does that make any sense? Now this is, I think it's Arnold's buddy as this infiltrator. Is it Franco Colombo who passed away? I think this is Arnold's buddy, Franco Colombo. But he's passed away, I believe. His bodybuilding buddy, Franco Colombo. Oh shit. Yeah, I know. Frederick Colombo did pass away, which is too bad. Rest in peace, Franco Colombo. Oh shit. There you go. There you go. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. Okay. So how the hell did she have the dream? Just thought of that. How the hell did Linda Hamilton have that dream? Since she's never been there. I guess just because of the story he told. So she just had a nightmare of all that. Maybe the robots made a copy of the photo. Then how did Arnold not know who Sarah Connor was? Because he went to all the Sarah Connors and he's like, Sarah Connor? So why did he go like 4 Sarah Connors and kill them when he didn't know who Sarah Connor was? He even asked, Sarah Connor? Favorite scene? This is one of them coming up. Fuck you, asshole. That's one of my favorite scenes. Punching through the windshield is one of my favorite scenes, and the police station and the car chase. Obviously, the police station scene and those two little bits I said. This guy. God damn. God damn. Exactly. God damn. A PG-13 Terminator? No, it would not work. It's called the Terminator, not the Fluffinator. It's the Terminator. I mean, if it's called the Fluffinator, maybe. Yeah, this is definitely more of the cool down of the film. Build a bit more of that love story. Using 9mm. So, which to you guys is the worst Terminator film? People in the chat, what to you is the worst Terminator film? The worst. She fucked up. Shouldn't have made the phone call. Dark Fate, Genesis, Dark Fate, Part 6. I think that's Dark Fate. We have like 3 for Dark Fate, 1 for Genesis. Genesis or Dark Fate. Well, you gotta pick one. But I understand. It's hard for me to pick too. Genesis, Genesis or Dark Fate. Terminator, Dark Fate, Dark Fate. I've only seen the first 3. Well, I mean, Dark Fate and Genesis. Yeah, there you go. Dark Fate and Genesis. Mothballs, corn syrup. Yeah, it's called a bomb. Oh, we're pretty bad after part 2. Yeah, I agree with that. Genesis and Dark Fate. Who won between Predator and Terminator? I don't know. Starve her learning about weaponry, which would get more so into Terminator 2. First step into learning how to deal with that. Because this is really the only one where you showcase Sarah Connor's innocence. You don't even see a lot of that in part two. Although she did a good job in part two. Haven't seen any other Terminator films after Terminator Salvation. Well, yeah, if you only seen the first four, then the third one would be the worst. Yeah. Robocop versus Terminator, who would win? Robocop. He's the good guy. Good guy has to win. Gotta have the good guy win. So I don't know really what else to say. This is pretty much just the love story portion where they want to do the horizontal tango. A love story shotguns, I could see that. T3 was just okay. It was unnecessary. It has some good action though. Yeah, I agree. It has some good action. I'll agree with that notion. I do agree to that. Do you prefer Sarah Connor in T1 or T2? Yeah, I kind of rose T2, but I would say it's hard to pick. T1, she has a bit more of that innocence, and T2, she got more of the badass, so it's hard to pick. Just depends what you're in the mood for. Uh, Terminator 3 is the director's best movie? No, I disagree. Breakdown with Kurt Russell, I think, is Jonathan Mostows' best movie. Breakdown with Kurt Russell, I think, is way better than Terminator 3, Johnny Jerry. Salvation is okay, but there were flaws in it. But it's the most watchable after part two. It's the one that's the most watchable. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Whoops. Thank you, hey dude. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hello to you too as well. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. No, it's fine, Johnny Jerry. But yeah, Breakdown, I would say, is Terminator 3's. I don't remember what all came out in 1984, and I have to look at a list. What did come out in 84? Other than this, of course. I love Runaway with Tom Selleck. I have, where the hell did I put the Blu-ray? It was an overseas Blu-ray. I know I got it here somewhere. I have it somewhere. I don't know where the hell I put it. Oh, there it is. I don't want to pull it out. Everything will fall. Beverly Hills Cop, Ghostbusters, Revenge of the Nerds, Friday the 13th Part 4, The Final Chapter. All good movies. I agree with that. Yes, Jonathan Mostow did do U571. Number No Street was 84. That's true. That's a classic. Dune. That's right. Dune. 84. Here we get the love scene. They don't really do love scenes in movies nowadays, now that I think about it. What was the last major movie that did a love scene in a film? Do you imagine one of these happen in a Marvel film? Never. But what was the last major film that did a love scene? That's the thing, they don't do that nowadays. It's too misogynistic. Too misogynist to have love scenes. That's a question for you guys. What was the last major film to do a love scene? Roadhouse? Man, that's like 80, what, 89? That's a long time. No, there were some in the 90s. That's right, Deadpool did have one. Thanks for reminding me. A different type of love scene, but that is true. Deadpool did have it. Thanks for reminding me. So Deadpool had it. I probably did watch this first. This is the first Terminator film I did see on VHS tape. How many out there first saw this on VHS, or was it cable, or was it DVD? Here we go with the Brad Fidel. Again, wonderful Brad Fidel music. This is probably one of my favorite pieces of music, I would say. I would say, other than the theme, this is my favorite piece of music by Brad Fidel. Is this whole scene here. Down, 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 down. DVD, DVD, VHS. Online. Knowing right, I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Cable television. Saw the second one first on VHS. Terminator was first saw it on TV. USA Channel. Cool. So USA Channel must have been edited, huh? Yeah, this is my second favorite. The Terminator theme, this is my favorite piece of music in the movie. Another good car chase. Come on, Terminator, you can't even hit the back of the glass in the truck. There you go, get some of these bombs going. Great choice of the tunnel, because it gives a nice claustrophobic environment, even though it's outside, but great look of the green as well. I like the green look of the lights. What is he called green? Yeah, it's a very well-paced movie. When it slows down, it's for character work that makes sense, and then just going. Real people doing real stuff, not on a green screen, not all done after the fact. Lo and behold, the woman cares about the man. It's not men are bad and agenda. Machine gun done. Now I'm got my 6-shooter. Lethal Weapon 2. It's the same tunnel. Interesting. I did not know that. Very cool, MJ1 Media. Hello there, by the way. How are you doing? I don't think I've seen you on here before, MJ1 Media. Welcome. I think this is the first time I see you on the chat. Use of practical effects in this film compared to some of the later films. I mean, other than the eyeball scene where the puppetry work does not hold up, I prefer practical because you can't get more real than real. You're in the same vein of the environment. It's easier for escapism. At least to me. Terminator Salvation, I think after Terminator 2, it's the Terminator film that's the most watchable, but it does have flaws. It's not a film I rewatch much, but I would rather watch that than T3 or Genesis or Dark Fate. Genesis and Dark Fate are the worst ones. And this is my personal favorite because I like the horror film aspect of it. Oh, okay. I remember Mega Jetty one. I remember that name. Okay, then. Mega Jetty does sound familiar. Okay, then. Sorry about your... Well, maybe it was a good thing, but that's cool. Yeah, that's all we could do is survive. That's the best we could do. Yeah, Brett Fidel is a wonderful composer. Yeah, someone reminded me he did True Lies and Striking Distance. Has he done anything in the past 10 years, or has he retired? Has he retired? Down the Elfman store for Salvation? I don't remember it, honestly. Here's a semi-truck. Love the photography at night. This has a brooding, gloomy atmosphere. I don't know if it's the lights, what they filmed it on. Back in the day on film. I'm trying to remember if this was 35 millimeter. Now you saw earlier the Arnold ran over a toy truck that looked like this. Now he's driving this same type of truck. He ran over it with his car earlier when he killed the first Sarah Connor, but now he's driving this. It's a cool look for Arnold too. Half his face with the metal prosthesis. Rest in peace, Stan Winston. Rest in peace, Stan Winston. What are your guys' favorite Stan Winston work of all the films he did? Because he did Predator, Aliens, this film, tons of others. I'm not talking about the movie, I'm talking about his work. And it's the actress in the same frame. Now, this bit here, you tell she's not in the same frame as when it explodes. I forget, it's a projection or something. But for safety, which makes sense after what happened with Twilight Zone the movie. Because Twilight Zone the movie was just before this. That was 82? 83. No, it was 83, right? Was Twilight Zone the movie 83? And for those who don't remember, that's when John Landis got 3 people killed, including 2 kids. I think that was 83. So that was just before this. So I don't understand for safety reasons. Predator, Terminator, Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is a good one. Predator, Aliens. GTA style fan film Terminator 84 versus Terminator 2. I have not. I don't know what that is. The fan film is Terminator versus Terminator 2? Okay. Yeah, I know Stan Winston directed Pumpkinhead, but he may have had, a little bit of hand in some kind of control with the effects. Jurassic Park, T-Rex in Jurassic Park, Aliens and Terminator, all good choices. Very good choices. Here's Michael Biehn. Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you have liked Kyle Reese to have lived? Someone asked me that before, but I'll ask you guys. Would you have preferred Kyle Reese to have lived? It's a tragedy. He dies, self-sacrifice. Doesn't make me mad, but it's just, I'd be fine if he lived. There you go. That's a great shot with that horror. That's a horror film score there. There you go. Good design, endoskeleton. Very good design. Now, this is more of a, I guess you call stop motion. Is that the best word to describe it? Maybe it doesn't. I mean, I'm a sucker for stop motion. It's not the most fluid. And of course, I'm talking about when he's more on the move. Most people say it's Barry died. Forces Sarah to soldier on. That is true. Because she has no one else to depend on. Since she's going to have to teach John Connor how to be a soldier, she has to have a moment to be able to survive. It was like Alien 3 where it was done stupid. So I'll give it that. That's why, it doesn't make me mad. But if he lived, I'd be happy too. This is what I'm saying. But it's not like the beginning of Alien 3. Brad Fidel retired in the 90s. I get you. Must have been after, like, Striking... No, probably True Lies or Striking Distance. This is kind of like what Ripley did with Hicks in Aliens. Once again, Michael Bihn's hurt. Once again, on your feet, soldier! On your feet! So, James Cameron went back to the well for Aliens on that one. There you go. On your feet! But at least Hitch lived in Aliens, and to me, he's still alive, because fuck Alien 3. This is what I feel about Alien 3. Alien 3 can suck my D. Fuck Alien 3. Yeah, stop motion. I like stop motion though. See, that's the thing. A lot of techniques are just abandoned. You don't have matte paintings anymore. You don't have stop motion anymore. All these techniques are gone because they just resort to CGI as if that's the only thing to do. And I'm sorry, that's not the only thing to do. Why do you think so many people now they want to remake the 80s and they don't know how to do it? The reason so many people go back to the 80s because it sucks nowadays. Why do you think all these TV shows and movies and they want to think about the 80s? It's a fad that they're doing it, yeah, but because they know movies were better back then. Nowadays they suck. Give a fuck. I bet if I did a poll, what's better, Terminator or the Marvel films? I bet people would say the Terminator. I'm talking about this one. There you go. Get the hell back. And yeah, that is one of my cats meowing, but I'm not going to yell at the cat. It's a cat that has no tail, and he was, being raised up, and he's not fixed. But it's very expensive to do that. So either you pay a lot of money to do that, or you just have him meow. So I'd rather save the money and have him meow. So I know it's annoying, but I apologize. Yeah, actor like, yeah, the cat agrees. Marvel sucks. People get mad at me when that happens. Oh, you have roosters in the background? You have cats meowing? Yeah, it's called real life. Sorry. Sorry that real life happens. I'm not one of these people that have like a bunker with LED lights and $10,000 rooms for a YouTube video. Sorry. Out of my budget. At least Kyle Reese is still fighting. At least he's still trying. There's this weird like whistle type of thing on the soundtrack, which I like. There you go. I just assume he died from the shrapnel of the explosion, or he bled out. I think maybe the shrapnel of the explosion, because that's why here you see Linda Hamilton. She's got something in her. She got a pull out in her leg. Shows all the shrapnel that flew out. Yeah. Let's see. Terminator any day over Marvel. Terminator is better than any MCU film. It's better than the last 10 Marvel films. Terminator is better than time travel movie than Endgame. I agree with that. What Terminator video games have I played? I have played 5 minutes of the Nintendo one, and I gave up. Boom, 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 boom. While you're almost dodging green slime in the sewers. I played one of the Terminator 3 games. I don't know which one. But what covers Terminator Super Nintendo I did like. Those are the only ones I played. And there's the Kyle Reese is gone. Which Terminator ending do you prefer? I don't know. It's hard to pick for me. I have to think about that. I have 90% of the good 80s movies on VHS. The current remakes can't top them. I agree. We'll cover Terminator Genesis. I did not play that version. I played the Super Nintendo version, which I did like. Again, this is my favorite because I like the horror, almost slasher film aspect of it. It just, even from the score to look of the film, it just gloom and doom of a horror movie. I like Terminator 2, but I think it lost a bit of that, and I think that was a mistake. But it made it more accessible to the more of a public audience. As a kid, I liked Terminator 1 more. I like T2, but I like the first one more. It was funny with Alien, it's reversed. I like Aliens more than the first one, but I love the first one. And there's a lot of sequels I like more. Dawn of the Dead is my favorite of George Romero's films. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is my favorite Elm Street film. But, this is my favorite Terminator film. Lethal Weapon 1 is my favorite Lethal Weapon film. Well, T2's a good one. It's not like it's a bad answer. It's just with Terminator 2, when it started with, I did why for the story, but it's like, okay, you gotta shoot people in kneecaps and put your hand up. I will not kill anyone. I promise. There you go. You're Terminator fucker. There you go. Her first step to being a soldier. And like I said at the beginning of this, like the electrical effects look better here. Maybe because it was like animated, and that just looks better to me than CGI. Maybe that's just me, but Killmonger, I would say George Romero's original Dawn of the Dead is the best zombie film, at least to me. And it doesn't have a zombie baby. Which I like the Dawn of the Dead remake, but that zombie baby was just goofy looking. And I saw Dawn of the Dead remake in the theater, and I liked the film. I think it's Zack Snyder's best movie. But that zombie baby was pretty goofy looking, at least to me. Hello, you're from India. That's cool. Crazy Gamers. How's it going in India? We're just watching the finale of The Terminator. She's going into the ambulance. And we're getting to the, I guess you call it the epilogue, so to speak. Sarah should have destroyed the evidence of the Terminator. Well, she was banged up and ready to pass out, so it was kind of hard for her to do. Plus, in this one, it was the ending meant the future war was going to happen. It was just protecting the hope of mankind. I'm sure they didn't even think there'd be a sequel. They figured it was a one and done movie. And then when the sequel happened, it's like, okay, yeah, let's. Fate is what you make. Until the third one, then they changed their mind. No, it's not. Fate is what you make. And then the third one's like, no, it's not. It's inevitable. I'm like, that's really two conflicting fucking ideas. Fate is what you make of it. And then the third one, no, it's not. Yeah, this movie will get canceled because of this scene. Oh my god, there's a guy, he's Hispanic, he's at a gas station. He can't be that. He must be a lawyer. What breed of dog is that? I'm bad with breeds of dogs. I can't tell you. I know what a golden retriever is. But what breed of dog is this? Cool looking dog. Now, of course, this leads to how you get that picture. Full circle. German Shepherd, okay. I wanted to be sure. I thought it was that, but I didn't want to. Better to ask. Yeah, the third film, Judgment Day is inevitable. They didn't say that in the second film. The other Terminator, it's weird. That Terminator said you can change your fate. Then the other Terminator is like, no, it's inevitable. So it's like, which is it? Andale, 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 vecino, menino, petita, petita. Well, I guess your father won't beat you because I ain't giving you my $5. You should have asked first, dickhead. I don't pay you $5 to watch you get the shit kicked out of you. I ain't paying you $5. Sorry, $5 is my money. Sorry, you should have asked first. Punk. There's a storm coming. Yeah, and it's called Charged Fate in Genesis. And here she goes off in her red Jeep, riding to the mountains. Yeah, great theme. Based on all the stuff they did as Cyberdyne Pointless. Yeah, one of the things, many things that make Terminator 3 suck. Harlan Ellison. Yeah, I think they had to put that because Harlan Ellison like cried and said this ripped him off. So I had to put that thing in there where Harlan Ellison, this stole from one of my stories. You better do this or I will sue. Harlan Ellison, fucking crybaby. That's just my opinion on it. Sorry, just listen to the music. Great Brad Fidel music. Classic, still holds up to this day. Fast paced action, all done practical. For a $6 million budget, that's pretty damn good, the way this was handled. Kyle Reese, Sarah Connor, good characters. Michael Peen and Linda Hamilton had a great love story between each other as characters. Arnold worked well as the Terminator. Conan the Barbarian got him into the game, and this cemented him as a star. And then you would have Commando, you would have Total Recall, Terminator 2, True Lies. Yeah, and you have Marvel films costing $200 million, and they don't have the entertainment value that this has. I thank God O.J. Simpson wasn't the Terminator like originally thought of. He killed people in the movie, and he killed people for real. Yeah, this is a classic. This is absolute classic. Still my favorite Terminator film. I don't think they'll ever. T2 is a good movie. T3's not that good. Terminator Salvation, watchable for what it is, with a lot of flaws though. They said OJ says it was too nice. I remember that. Little did they know. Well, don't they say that with all serial killers? He seemed like a nice guy. As they say with all serial killers. He was such a nice boy. He was such a nice guy. Such a nice fella. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Rest in peace, Franco Columbo, who's Arnold's buddy. Rest in peace, Stan Winston. Stan Winston, Bill Paxton, Franco Columbo, rest in peace to them. Dick Miller, rest in peace to him as well. Had a big part in this. Mediocre, okay. Yeah, I agree with that term of salvation. The song. You can't do that by triangles. That's the weirdest way to spell triangles. Performed by 16mm. There's a band called 16mm. And Triangles had two songs. Triangles with a Z. Yeah, I'm sure that band went on to be such a... The next AC/DC. And 16mm is the name of a band. They became as big as Metallica. Orion Pictures. Again, company that had a lot of hits. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, RoboCop, Blue Thunder, this one, but, they didn't do their finest as well. They had more flops and went belly up for a while. Came back with the Belko Experiment and like one or two other movies, but definitely not the same as before. Yeah, O.J. Simpson, then Lance Henriksen's going to be the Terminator until they settle on Arnold. But that's the movie. Thanks once again to Predminator for the paid request. He wanted me to do a live commentary, so here you go. And it's about 9 p.m. Central Time here. So I will probably head on out. I do have some... Well, first I gotta eat, because I haven't eaten yet. And probably gonna watch some stuff, and I still have some requests to get to. Yeah, I saw that. That's a fan made it. Pretty much he just listed the movies, how much they cost, how much they made. It was pretty cool. I always wanted to do something like that, but I just didn't have the time. But thank you guys for joining me for 2 hours. Request coming. Night of Snoke wanted me to do a review of a cowboy documentary. The Laundered By, The Flintstones, 1994 film, The Stupids, Formula 51, 52 Pickup, and a few others. Quite a few others. So there'll be more videos coming soon, about 3 a day. Do the best I can. Thank you guys out there for the kind words. Matt B., Austin Wilcutt, Predminator, Lucas Green, Planet Mars, Insanity Pepper, Jedizilla. Thank you guys for the kind words. I really appreciate it. Jojo. And hey, dude, thank you for the super chats. Jojo, I know you sent one earlier. Thank you for that. And hey, dude, if you're still out there, thank you so much for that. Yeah, 52 Pickup. I just saw that yesterday. I just have to record the review, and I liked it. Morbius, no one sent in a request for it, so. And I think the paid request is, I should do that first. I think that's the least I can do, so that people don't wait. Thank you, Mega Jetty, MJ1 Media. Thank you. I hope you have a good night too. Thank you, Predminator, once again for your kindness. Glad you enjoyed it. Fadi, thank you. And Chaz, you have a good night as well. And sometimes the chat keeps going after I hit end. So people that pop in later and say good night to you too. Jedizilla, good night to you too. Thank you, Fadi. Thank you, Matt B. You have a good night as well. Thank you, guys. Take care. Hunk100, you have a good night as well. And take care, Terminator. Take care to everyone in the chat. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.